Hey there, everyone. Oopsie. Okay, there we go. Welcome back to my channel, and welcome to Brazilian Truck Simulator, which is obviously just a mod map for Euro Truck Simulator 2. A fantastic one, must I say. One of my favorites as of recently, as well. It's a very, very accurate rendition of Brazil. Almost 1-to-1 scale. It's 1-to-4, which means it's large enough. It's a very fun stretch uh, between Resende, which is in Rio de Janeiro state in Brazil, all the way down to Mirassol, which is São Paulo state, and that's the Washington Louis Highway, basically. It's the full stretch. It was like last time I recorded it, it was almost complete, around 70%, which was up to here, I suppose. That's where I started, if I'm not mistaken. And then I went down. This time around, we're beginning at the end, so where they actually finished the route. And then I'm going to be driving down all the way back to where I started the last time. So this full stretch is brand new, looks very nice. If you watched the previous video, which is quite old now, I mentioned some of it is a bit old. Some of this map is actually ancient in terms of prefabs and stuff, because this Rotas Brasil thing started many years ago, many years back. And they've been developing it, they've been expanding it, but you can clearly tell where it all began, because, the techniques were different back then, the prefabs, vegetation, and so on, so it doesn't look as great as the new part does. The new part's quite amazing. The thing about this map, though, is that it's highly linear, as you can see. It's a long stretch of a highway, so it doesn't have a lot of replayability. I mean, you could maybe shake things up with a different truck, different cargo, and so on. Maybe, just focus on exploring the new companies, exploring the secondary roads, and so on. But at the end of the day, it gets quite boring, quite stale, because it's linear. But every once in a while, it's really fun to go out for a drive and check out what's new, what has changed, and immerse yourself in that little linear stretch of Brazilian highway, which is, in my opinion, in terms of quality, it is one of the best, if not the best, mod maps ever made for this game. I would say it's up there with RPM, the new German 1-to-1 map, the Heinlein Falls, something like that, which released back in December. It's really, really good, but this one is much larger, and I dare say, in some ways, it's kind of better, because everything is custom. It doesn't use anything from the base game, basically. All the companies, all the buildings, everything's handmade and made to resemble the real thing. And the truck of choice for today is a brand new Scania Super with the 560R, so 560 horsepower. Really, really powerful truck. The most powerful of the DC-13s, as a matter of fact. So if you want to go above that, you gotta go VH. So basically, the creme de la creme as far as DC-13s are concerned. And it's a very, very economic engine as well. It's 8% more efficient than the previous generation, which is insane. Really fun truck. This one has been made to Brazilian standards. As you can see, it has the external pump on the tank, on the fuel tank, so make sure it uses all the fuel that's in the tank. There's nothing left there, because without the pump, you might have a little bit of fuel that's not going to get actually sucked into the engine, so you actually lose fuel without this pump. And this external pump will make sure that it pumps out everything that's in the tank so that you don't actually lose any money. So very efficient. It's more economic. It is more fuel efficient overall. And it also makes sure that it actually uses the fuel you paid for, because generally you lose up to like, I think 5% of your tank, something like that, without the pump. So that's that thing, that black thing right there in front of the tank. Anyway, without further ado, let's get in and drive, because we got quite a long trip ahead of us. This time I'm not using the modded scale, so it's not 1:1, because back during my first video I was using a 1:1 scale mod, which meant the distances and the time were real, but they were not really all that convincing in the sense that this map is not real scale. So the distances that I was getting, they don't quite match the real life distances. This one is adapted to the map's actual scale, which is 1:4, and it's fair enough. It does the trick really well. Anyway, let's get driving before we end up late, because this is actually a sort of urgent delivery, so we better run in order to not end up late. It might lag a little bit inside of the city because this map's a little bit demanding compared to the base game. Just a little bit, just a tad. It's nothing major, but there is a bit of an extra demand right there. Just like RPM, I would say RPM is a little bit more demanding though than this one. Just try and get out of here. Oop, here we go. Alrighty, mate. Thank you. As you can see, it's fully Brazilian style. No compromises whatsoever. It's a very faithful rendition. Oh yeah, we gotta take a return because it doesn't. Ooh, that's gonna be a problem. Righty. Okay, we gotta yield. There's nobody there. Oops. Oh, there is. Shame. Come on, buddy. Would he be so kind and shoot? Oh, come on. Alright, there we go. Alright, let's stretch. Stretch your legs finally, yeah. Just that one of gas. Let's see what this baby can do. Spoiler alert, he does quite a bit. This shit is ancient. Oh, baby. Oh, the return's right there. Is it? Yes, it is. Okay, this ain't too bad, I suppose. I was thinking I would have to take a much longer return here, but it doesn't seem to be the case, which is very fortunate. Here we are. As you can see, we have the overdrive gear, the amazing overdrive gear. Who doesn't love it? Speed limit. Hate him. Sorry, but I'm not gonna comply today. So we got beans to deliver, soybeans. My time's quite limited, so I'm just gonna go and speed a little bit. There we go. It's quite a complex intersection here. quite a complex one, but I wonder if I can actually go and... I suppose I can, yeah. Because there's a stop sign right here. So I can actually stop, just do that. That saves me a little bit of time. Not a lot, but it's time saved, nonetheless. Come on. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Come on. There we go. That's nice. We only have 204 kms, which actually should be... I mean, if we were to convert to real life, it's just a fourth of that. So it should be there in around maybe an hour-ish, hopefully. So it should be actually shorter than the previous video. It should be, emphasis on should. Quite a lovely day though, I'm gonna say. I hope it doesn't rain. Because rain kills my frame rate a lot. And that wouldn't be cool. My lights on, I think they are. Look at how nice it is. All Brazil style. No compromises whatsoever. Look, we're on overdrive again. That's nice. Oh, speed limit 80. Alright. Let's stop right there. Back to 90. We go. Nope. It's a mistake. Oh, we got a wait station. I forgot about that. Second time's the charm. Yeah, boy. Again. Alright, so let's get our weight checked out. Okay, sure. Second time today, because I had to get a return right there to actually driving to the company. Second time is a charm, right? Last time it was actually empty, so no surprises there. Now we might get a surprise. Who knows? Hopefully not. So, okay, cruise control for business. Still got quite a lot of fuel. I mean, it's much a 4 scale, so it's not going to be burning a lot of fuel anyway. Not as much as you would on 1 to 19. That's for sure. Alright. We have 32 tons. Quite heavy. Off we go. Oh! Speeding fence? Oh, you gotta be kidding. There you go, away. Off to a great start. That's for sure. Come on, mate. Come on. Come on. Come on. I had the turn signal on, bro. I'm confused. Generally they stop. Not this time. I mean, welcome to Brazil, I suppose. Switch lanes, because this one's getting a little bit crowded. Just a little bit. Oh, there's an outlet there, I suppose. What is that? I think it's an outlet. Not quite sure. Oops, I should pay attention to the road, actually. Instead of looking around, but I cannot help it. You know, it's a lot of detail going on here. Look at that. It's just like driving in Brazil. Look, so many custom companies, custom everything. It's hard not to find yourself just looking around, especially considering I'm actually familiar with the area, you know. Haven't been there many times, but I'm actually somewhat familiar with the area, so it's quite nice. Especially this bit here, the newer bit of the map, which is closer to where I live, so I've actually driven around here a couple times. Feels very, very familiar. Obviously, there's that little bit of disconnect, quote unquote, because of the different scale. So it kind of feels like, okay, yeah, this is familiar, but at the same time it feels confusing because, you know, it's nowhere near the same scale. I mean, 1 to 4, even though if you think about it, it's still quite substantial because it means every km is going to be what? Like 250 meters ish, I think. I'm not good with numbers, but I think that's about it, right? So 250 meters ish for every virtual km in this map, which is definitely not bad if you think about it. It's really not bad. Still makes the trips take a long time. Because like the one I did previously was around 650 in game. And that took me like easily 4 hours. A good 4 hours, 3 hours and a half, 4 hours, give or take. And it was fun. It was a lot of fun revisiting the areas of the map that I was already familiar with, revisiting the areas that are not quite impressive in terms of prefabs and so on. That bit was not as amazing, I gotta say though. That bit was not very it was a bit immersion breaking because you go from this, which looks amazing just like Brazil, to the old road textures, to old prefabs, old modeling standards, the OG vegetation as well. I didn't feel as Brazilian, you know what I mean, but even so, it's quite fun. Especially because, like, it's a highway stretch, so you're not driving inside the cities, you're not catching a lot of traffic, you're just kind of driving. So you put some music on, you put some music on, and you enjoy the ride. That's about it. Let's get a retarder. Oh, I forgot you configure it here. It's not gonna work. Ah, that's a shame. I forgot it's not, it doesn't work across save profiles because I set it up for RPM and I forgot to do it here because I have this little rotating thing on my steering wheel, rotating knob-ish thingy that I can actually use for the retarded, and it felt just so convenient, so perfect for that in this case, but I forgot to set it up here on this one. Shame. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it's whatever. Because we're using cruise control, so technically should deploy the retarder whenever there's actually a necessity. The problem is there's a margin that I do not like. It's a little bit faster than it should have been. Like, it does let the truck actually go a little bit above the limit, which I assume is normal. But if I could control it manually, that wouldn't be an issue. You know, I would be able to just gradually adjust it when descending. Oh, that's a 70 zone. Oopsie daisy. I mean, just stomping on it. I mean, it's not OMSI, not driving passengers, so who cares? There's no passenger comfort. Should take into account here. Look at that. The retarder is just not doing its job. 77. That was 7 km per hour above what it should have been. It's not holding it. Very annoying, but it is what it is. Now we can stomp on it again. Lovely. Look how it goes. I mean, 560 horsepower. It just goes. Look at that. Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. careful with the speed limits though, because they change very dramatically at times. Like it's very sudden. I gotta say, I've been caught off guard a couple times already because of that. They just kind of go and change, and you sit there like, "Oh, bro, come on. Are you making money or losing money?" Because of all that jazz. Should get speed limiter going again. The left cruise control. Just how easily it deals with everything. Such a powerful engine. Love it. Especially considering it's a DC-13. Wow. Overdrive again. Haha, funny. Oh yeah, because I never did the way back. That's why it's discovered it only now. I'm entering São Paulo State as we speak right now. I forgot that like I did all the way up to Resende, and then I went back to the city I'm driving to Taubaté because I had an issue with one of my trucks, and I had to reset everything and sell the truck. A configuration issue because I was using an old mod for a Brazilian spec Scania, which I think I used it during the previous video. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that was the one. Still, and it works in 149, but it has some issues with the sounds and overall it's just showing its age, especially the modeling. Even more so considering now we have a good Brazilian spec Scania Super. So I was like, okay, it's time to replace it and get myself a brand new truck, which is this one. God, it's great. Best thing I did. It drives like a dream. Oh boy, quite a bit of traffic today. Keep my distance just in case, because they could just brake or switch lanes, something like that. Get caught off guard after all. You can see there's still quite a bit to go, 164 km. The default skill is quite nice. It still makes sense, it's not as... I mean, 121 was nice, but the thing is, the distances, the trip times are not really consistent compared to real life, which is a bit immersion breaking for me. Obviously, I mean, having it faster and not actually corresponding to the distances not so very realistic, but at least the distances shown are now somewhat similar to what they are in real life. You're not 100%. Because limitations, let's put it that way. Some cities are actually almost near their actual scale, some are not, some are slightly reduced. It really depends. But look at that, every gas station is different and they look just like their real life counterpart. This one is NYC Burger. Nice. Look at that. And the FPS is just... Oh my god, my performance. I miss it. I miss it. Very dearly, I gotta say. I suppose it's about to rain, because it's 8 a.m. There's no sun. Oh no. Not again. I didn't want rain. But I suppose it's just how things go, right? Gotta put up with it. Oh wait. The sun is back. somewhat. You're getting a little bit of shadows. So perhaps, just perhaps, we won't get rain. It pisses me off a little bit. Getting rained on. Like every time I drive here, it always rains at one point during the trip. And given a different time scale, it does last a lot longer than it should. It does carry on. Like, oh god, it's a bit yikes. But it's whatever. Let's keep driving. 80 zone. Jesus. More raiders. All the time, all the time, all the time. You gotta keep very, very... you gotta be on top of it. Top of your radar game, otherwise you get fined. And the fines are very hefty, which is not very proportional to the actual economy, which is confusing. So you end up, like, you could potentially lose more money during the trip than you would actually make for the trip, which is funny. Be very, very careful. So many sneaky radars, but the thing is, as much as it's very frustrating, it is just like that in real life. That's the funny part. So it's not it's not really something that's not realistic about the map. It's actually a feature. An annoying but very, very realistic feature that this map's got. So you gotta be very, very, very concentrated every time. Because it just takes a little lapse of attention and then you get fined. A momentary lapse could cost you your entire trip. Because like I said, the tickets, depending on how much faster you are compared to the speed limit, they can be very cruel. Very cruel. But other than that, other than paying attention for the radars, it's actually a lot, I would say it's a lot more relaxing than driving around the default map, the base map. Because like I said, you don't go through any cities. I mean, you go through them, but it's a highway, so there's no traffic lights, nothing. You just drive, And even the speed limit is still like 80, 90, sometimes 60, but very rarely 60. Which means you maintain your flow through all the cities. And that's just how it is in real life. That's, this specific highway stretch is very nice because of that. You just kind of go. Other than the tolls that you gotta pay, the many tolls along the way. But other than that, generally, you're just constantly going. Which for a truck in special that suffers to accelerate, you know, that's quite convenient. Because you just step on the gas and go. Just cruise along and enjoy the scenery, enjoy the beautiful environment. That's the life. That is the life. If you guys want, I could record more of that as well. More driving in Brazil. Maybe try out different maps as well. There's a couple more for Brazil. But I don't want to buy it if you guys don't actually want to watch it, you know. But depending on feedback, who knows, you know. Actually consider picking up a couple more. What you doing, mate? Oh, Jesus. What are you doing? What the hell? Took my fast lane. I was gonna cut through everyone and then, oops, almost got had by the radar. Almost. But my spidey senses were tingling. I figured something was off. Oh, there's a city right there. Lavrinhas, nice. And about like basically every Brazilian city, they just bought like a huge lettering with the city's name. It's so standard. You see a lot of that, even only around this map. You see a bunch of that as well. But like every city does that. It's amazing. Let's try and get an overtake here. Emphasis on try, I'm not sure, because I could get sandwiched. Come on. There we go. Oh, that was sweet. Now you only have to be a little bit careful. Oops. 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 Nope. Not my day. Not my day. Come on. Come on. Come on. Sorry, not sorry. This is just how it goes. Rules of nature. Step on the gas again. Listen to it go. It's a great machine, isn't it? A lovely machine. Just screams. Happily purring. Be careful of the... Oh! God. It's not the time. Hold up. Guys. Oops, sorry, I was on my phone. Didn't expect a phone call. Well, that did disrupt my video a little bit. For fuck's sake. Now, gonna be funny finding that part. Just censor it, because I'm pretty sure Shadowplay got that. I don't want to show personal information on a video. So finding that, censoring that, oh my god, it's gonna take a bit. Jesus. Okay, note to self. Put the game on full screen mode whenever I record. Because if it's on full screen, then that does not happen. Very cleverly, it was on a borderless window mode, so it just shows 131 km/h. I remember it was around this stretch, 140, 131, so that I can censor it. 1984 style. We just gotta do what we gotta do. And oh boy, I think it's gonna rain, isn't it? Because it's 8 a.m. still, there's no sunlight still. I mean, there is sunlight, but it's not bright. And if it's not bright, it means rain, right? That's what I learned, ancient knowledge, right there. Oh, another raider. Bro, is serious? Like, we've barely gone through a raider, there's another one. What the hell is this? What the actual hell is this? How many raiders are we gonna find along the way? I should switch lanes. Oh, never mind. I should not switch lanes. I should absolutely not switch lanes. Oh, now I'm stuck. Lovely. Come on, come on, come on. Ah, Jesus. Alright, 126 to go. Almost there. Cinching this engine, baby. Oh, yeah. But yeah, I love how they nailed the vegetation, the geography. It's just all spot on. It feels very familiar. And it's nice, you know, because like around almost 15 years ago, there was a game that was announced. And it was supposed to be a sort of Brazilian truck simulator. It was called Transporting Brazil, but in Portuguese. And it was basically like it was basically ETS2 before ETS2. I think ETS1 was already a thing. Wheels of Steel Across America was already a thing as well. It was a little bit more complex in the sense that you could actually go and leave your truck and walk around, and you could go into the company, talk to your boss. You had a wife. You could actually roleplay. It was supposed to be a bit of a role-playing kind of thing. So you could have your own house, your family. You could get off the truck, walk around, explore the cities. That was what was promised. But the thing is, the game never actually came to fruition. Like, there was a beta of it, and it was terrible. The trucks, the physics were sad, the gameplay was sad, performance was sad, everything about it was just sad. AI was crazy, unrealistic. It was just not what it was sold to everyone on YouTube. And it hurt a big part of my generation, because we are very, very much into transportation stuff here, buses, trucks, all the kind of stuff. We love it. It's hard to find a Brazilian that does not like trucks or buses or cars for that matter. We really like it. So, like, they promised us a game where we could actually get off the truck and drive around the country, you know, all that stuff. And what we got was a terrible piece of trash. Rubbish, absolute rubbish. Which is nowhere close to what was initially showcased and promised. But the thing is, we never had that. You know, we were so hyped for an actual game for actual trucking game that was set in Brazil, that could drive in Brazilian roads and have Brazilian trucks and so on. And now we have that, although not officially per se, because this is just a mod. It's just a mod map. But it's close enough that it kind of, you know, it fills that gap very well. And I'm pretty sure a much younger version of me that watched the video back in the day, that young version of me would be very happy with this. Very happy. Because, well, it's a Brazilian truck, Brazilian trailer, Brazilian map. We got Brazilian traffic. We got Brazilian stupid radars. What else could you ask for? This is basically, I mean, ideally, I would want a bigger map, if anything. Because, like I said, it's just a highway stretch. It's very linear. I mean, ideally, I would want something that, you know, takes the whole country into account, or a full state, for example. Which is not the case here. That's just a highway stretch. But even so, it's so well made in terms of road signage. What else? Vegetation, like I said, geography, textures, markings, buildings, companies. Everything about it just screams Brazil very accurately. It's just like, you know, being there. And that does lots for the immersion. It does lots for healing that wound that has plagued my generation a lot. Because we were all waiting for that game, for that Transporting Brazil game, and it never happened. Not in the way that we wanted it to happen. It was a disaster. It's very sad. And now we have that somewhat. You know, we have a game where we have a mod map where we can actually transport goods around Brazil. And everything looks the part. Like, there's no prefabs being... No European prefabs here. Nothing of the sort. They're all custom, they're all Brazilian. And you cannot help but feel transported. Even the power lines are custom. Like, every power line you see around, they're very stereotypically Brazilian, which is nice. The towers as well, the phone towers, and so on. They're all very much a Brazilian thing. So it just makes me very happy, you know. This is fun. A lot of fun. See what I meant? Another lettering. Cachoeira Paulista. Another city. The lettering game is always on point. But yeah, like I was saying, this is just... I only wish the scope was a bit, you know, broader, because it has a lot of potential. It's a very good map, but like I mentioned during the first minutes, it's a linear map. So it can get quite stale, even though it's a very authentic experience. And it feels like you're actually there, and so on. And it doesn't use default prefabs, nothing of the sort. But, you know, you just wish you could actually go farther, you know. See more of the country, not just this stretch. But I do understand that it's a huge undertaking. I mean, they're doing it down to the minimum detail, so nothing's left behind. Every building, every different intersection, everything is just there. And that takes a lot of development time. So... But they do plan, though, that's a great thing. They do plan on adding map DLCs in the future, so you could actually have more destinations to go in the future. But they're going to be paid for, obviously. But if it's as good as this, if it keeps the same level of consistency, I'll be 100% buying it, no questions asked, because it's great. And if you want to buy that yourself as well, I'm gonna be leaving a link for the to their store where you can actually buy this map for yourself. And you can believe me, take my word for it, that it is in fact a very realistic rendition of Brazil. It is as real as it gets. I've never seen anything quite like it. In terms of maps, it is not a free map though, it is paid, but given the amount of love that was poured in, given the overall quality, I would say it's worth every cent. It really is. Like, look at that, we've driven through many gas stations. They're all different, they're all unique, and that trend continues on all over the map. Like, every gas station is actually unique, and they exist in real life. They're after the real gas station that's supposed to be there. The companies are real as well. Some of them, there are some fictional ones, like some farms are fictional. They made some for like content creators and so on. But actual companies, like in the city we were in, Resende, there's a Nissan factory. You're gonna find a factory there. You can take deliveries in and out of it. The cargo companies that are around the map, they are all real as well, and so on. So it's hands down like having your own Brazilian truck simulator within ETS2. And they've done a fantastic job. I mean, considering the many limitations that exist within ETS2, I think they've done a great job. And it runs very well, considering the scale of it. So right now I'm running a game on Ultra, 400% scaling, Quad HD, mostly above 60, mostly. Does it dip sometimes? Yes, it does, but very rarely. And, oh, see what I meant? urgent delivery, and we're already kind of running late, so I gotta speed up. I mean, the performance is not that much different compared to the default areas. I would say it's lighter than the new DLC area. Honestly, it is a lot less intensive on a machine than the DLC areas. The new one, I think it's West Balkans, right? Something like that. The one with Slovenia and Croatia. No, Croatia is not new, is it? No, it's not, is it? I think it is, actually. Split and Dubrovnik. Yeah, I think it's part of the new DLC as well. That area is very demanding. Way more than this. So I would say it is not as demanding as it may look because of all the custom assets and so on. It runs very nicely. It's very kind to the machine. Especially if you use Snowy Moon's TAA thing. Oh, do we have here? Now that is a bit of a problem because... oh god. Wait a minute. That's not gonna make me take the whole return, right? Oop, I forgot to check my mirrors. I think... oh, they're just driving through, no problem. I should have done that. Oh yeah, never mind. It's not gonna be a big problem. Because we can just do this. Oh, I forgot to use the... following the orientation. Off. Now we take... there we go. I think that's how it goes for Brazil. Percent sure. But there we go. Alright. We didn't lose any time. That's great. I mean, we lost a little bit, obviously, but not terrible. Definitely not terrible. Some of Brazil right there. Very accurate, I should say. Cruise control again. We just gotta enjoy the vibe. Ooh, Aparecida. Okay, that's the city where there's a very famous church in Brazil. There's even pilgrimage to this church every, I think it's around June or is it July? People walk from all over Brazil to here. I'm gonna show you guys the church once we actually make it there. Still a little bit until we can see the church. You should be able to see the whole thing though. Emphasis on should because we might have buildings blocking the view. But ideally, you should be able to see it. Performance is tanking just a little bit around this area. Just a little bit. Crazy how G-Sync just kind of makes it not so terrible. Whenever there's a major frame drop, it doesn't feel horrible. Hey, oh, different gas station again. Forest there. Okay, you guys should be able to see it very, very soon. As a matter of fact. Oh boy. There it is. You see the thing? See it? Hold on. Let me get closer. There. You guys see it? Oops. Right there. That's the church of Aparecida. Very famous church. It's called Basílica de São Pedro, I think. I'm not 100% sure now. But Aparecida church works as well. I mean, That's... It's not its official name, but it's a national sanctuary kind of thing. It's, like I said, there's pilgrimage. People walk there every year. Crazy. From all over the country, they just go and walk. Some take horses as well. They go on horseback. Long journey. And they do it every year. Like, some do it every year. Some only when they go. Like, let's say they achieved something special and then they were like, oh, I achieved it because of this specific saint or this specific god, so I'm gonna walk there, and they do it. Crazy. Very nice. Look, another gas station. As you can see, it's custom. Flavor and faith. You wonder why faith? Yeah, because of the church. It's a very important landmark for the city, for the state, as a matter of fact, for the whole state. It gets lots of people from all over, nationwide and even internationally as well. Still got 71 km to go. This map is huge, actually massive, absolute unit of a map. Turner is doing oh, actually it's doing a great job. Look, we're not going too fast. I mean, it's not very aggressive downhill section or anything. It's done a fantastic job maintaining the speed. I'm surprised. Very surprised. Another gas station. Crazy. I picked up Pizza Place though, Pizza House. That's from American Truck, isn't it? Drive-thru, Pizza House. Or is there a company called Pizza House? I'm not sure. I can see the restaurant there. I'm confused as to if the drive-thru is actually real or not. Gotta look it up later. Gotta definitely look that up. Another raider. Another one. Sneaky bastard. Is it gonna climb? Is it gonna struggle? Well, definitely not terrible. Journey goes on, still 60 km to go. station. Hello, Mr. Cop. Another radar. Slow, huh? Jesus. He's taking his time. Maybe his truck is just underpowered. Another radar. Actually, 1984. So many radars being constantly watched. Getting closer now. Starbucks. I heard they gone bankrupt in Brazil. Should be closing down soon. Is that not a radar up ahead? No, it's just the SOS phone. They have that like every 10 km, something like that. So if you have an emergency, you can use that. Although everyone's got a cell phone these days, but you know. Nope. There's a radar up ahead. I can sniff it. 100% a radar. No, it's not. Ah. Funny, this time around it actually was not a radar. Go figure. 90 zone, let's cruise. Another gas station. We're all overdriving. Oh, 70. Oh, 80 now. Again? Oh, I should. Should switch lanes. So start slowing down gradually. Zone. Ready then. Radio. almost there now. 40 km. There's a radar right there. Overdrive. Nice. Now getting downhill. Let's see what the retarder can do. Not bad. Might just be enough for 4 km. Ah, that should. Another gas station. Alright. Saying 4 km should be negligible, radar wise, if it's a 90 radar. 94 won't get flat. 96 does though, I'm almost sure. But 94 should not. Emphasis on should. I'm not sure. I'm actually not sure. But let's see. How well does he hold? 94, 95, 94. It's holding in 94. 94 should not flag, I think. I'm gonna test it. I'm actually gonna test it next radar and see if 94 does get flagged. There should be a radar around here somewhere. Maybe not. 26 km to go, boys. Almost there. Okay, I think there's a radar ahead. Let's see if 94 flags it. There's the radar. Right there. Okay, let's see. Apparently, yeah. We're fine. We're fine. That's good. That's good to know. Actually, very good to know. Done it for science. Science has rewarded us. Very nicely, as a matter of fact. Any raid scheme. Setting. And now uphill we go. Oh boy, that's a steep one. That is a steep one. Well, the engine basically doesn't even care. Just think he didn't like a champ. Oh. Quite a bit of traffic. Where is my frame rate? What's happening? What is happening to my FPS? Jesus. absolutely terrible. Oh yeah, we're gonna have to drive through the entire city because I'm delivering in a farm, I think. Yeah, I think it's a farm. Place I'm going. Careful because my exit's gonna be somewhere around here. Oh my god, the frames have just thanked. Should probably switch lanes already. Just in case. Fancy a swimming pool? Look. Bunch of them. Quite useful during summer, ain't it? Quite useful. There's a bus stop. This map is bus stop ready. It supports that the bus mod. So if you want to roleplay as a bus driver, you can do that as well. And we're now just about done with this. Almost there. Oh, the city prevents are so unique as well. So nice. So Brazil. Brazil truck soon, maybe. Not a radar. They come in many shapes and sizes, and they are ready to drill a hole in your bank account. Oh yeah, there we go, it's coming up. It's not this one, it's the next one, because this one will take me to that company right there. But the next one's definitely my entry. Oh yeah, it is. Let's go. On. I don't think I've ever been to this part. Oh, actually I have. Never mind. Definitely been here. Let's see. Look, it's Embraer. Very nice. place, as a matter of fact. Okay, there should be a train. I think we're good. Are we good? Are we good? Yep, we are good. There's the company right there, Grand Valley. I think it's left as it is. There we are. We made it, boys. We have absolutely made it. Gotta be careful. Should not hit. Job livery. Where do you need it? I'm gonna go with the hard one. Because why not? Will I actually survive that? Probably not. But so it's here. Is it here? No, I'm not sure. Hold on. I think there's a way to enter from here as well, somewhere. There. Oh, sorry, man. That's definitely not here, is it? I cannot see a spot. Maybe there. Oh, yeah, that's probably here. Oh, yes, it is. It is. It is. It is. Come on, let's spark this boy. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be very hard. But I can do it, for sure. And that's it. Just like it, we have parked. Amazing. Oh, that was fun. That was a lot of fun. Well, I think that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. That was quite a long trip. As much as I said it was gonna only take an hour, I think it took a little bit more than that, actually. As I'm using Shadowplay, I don't know how far into the recording AM time-wise, but I think it was more than an hour. Oh my god, it was. It was. I'm looking at the clock right now. I'm pretty sure it's been more than an hour. Hour and a half, probably. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Feedback's much appreciated. The comment section is right below. And if you guys want more of that, more of Brazil, maybe different one-to-one maps, like the RPM, Rhineland Falls. If you guys want some of that, let me know. Let me know, because I've been really enjoying playing ETS2 again for some reason. I think it's that time of the year where I just kind of feel like trucking around. At any rate, see you guys. Y'all take care. Thank you all so much for watching. Bye-bye.